Sup dudes, we got a 43 mile an hour dual motor 60 volt electric scooter here. 39, 40, pretty quick. Oh, now it's feeling a little sketchy there, man. They say we can do 43 miles of range on this thing. And the current price is $1,239 in the link below this video. And I should have a little coupon code down there to save you a little bit of money if you do decide to buy the Yume Hawk. But don't buy this thing just yet. Let's review it and see if it's any good. And it is a 60 volt scooter, 22.5 amp hour battery pack with 2 motors rated for 1200 watts each. And it's got 2 charge ports, 2 chargers. Each of them is a 2 amp charger, giving us 4 amps of charge, meaning it would take only 5 hours to charge from empty to full. And here's what it looks like when you get out of the box. It actually does come with a steering damper. This is a device you can put on the front wheel to help prevent speed wobbles from happening. Got a headlight and some lights on the side we'll take a look at in a minute. And it appears the whole deck is rubber. Even this thing on the back is rubber. Light on rear. On the back it's got a coil shock with an adjustment for the rebound here. Same thing on front. Coil shock, the adjustment for this one is on the bottom side right there. And of course it is a dual motor scooter, 60 volts on each one, 1200 watts up front, and another one of those motors on the rear. Have a closer look at the tread that comes on the tires. Tires are tubeless. Size on these ones is 90 by 55 by 6. So you get a little bit of clearance there. Wheels are listed as 10 inch and just over 3 inches wide. We're running Zoom hydraulic brakes on the front as well as the back too. And in case you haven't noticed by now, the stem does fold. Watch your fingers. Woo! That's scary. Here's how this one locks in place. On the other side here, it's got 4 individual screws you can tighten up, and it does have an adjustable angle for the handlebars. Let's feel this thing out, bro. So here's what a tall dude looks like standing on this thing. Suspension definitely has some give to it. Deck is on the more compact side, I would say. Handlebars are freaking tall, bro, which I like. And here's what Bigfoot looks like standing on this scooter. A little bit of room to kind of move these clown shoes around just a little bit. So let's turn it on. Got a little button right here. Boom. Now I need a password or NFC unlock. Delicious, yummy. So a little bit of red accents on there, battery indicator. What do we got here? So just 3 speed levels. Looks like we can turn on, oh yeah, dual motor, non-dual motor. Cool, light switch, turn signals, and a horn. Horn is pretty loud. Signals are crazy, bro. That's a turn signal. With those things on, it looks like we are the ambulance that's headed to pick you up on the side of the road when you tip over going 40. Check out the lights though. Pretty clean. Not really trying to hawk this scooter necessarily, but here is what the hawk lights look like. On the Yume Hawk, they are blue. Can you change them? Get the same thing all the way around. And a little light on front, as well as your light on the back that function as a brake lever light too. I was grabbing the brake levers, which are Zoom hydraulics. Levers feel pretty nice. Grips, they are ergonomics. Cheapo rubber ones, they kind of are rotating. Oh, and here is our throttle application. Whoa, 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 careful. What else we got? Pretty much nothing. Wait a second. Type C, USB phone charger. I'm gonna try and put it on this jack. Let's subtract 12.8. This is probably about to be a horrible idea. Oh God, this is, oh, it's working, it's working. How about that? So subtract 12 pounds, 12.8 from 82.6 minus that stand. So right around 70 pounds on this e-scoot. Let's see if it works. Seems to be doing what it says it should. Whew. Let's get this thing off the jack. Oh, they do give us some mirrors too. And a phone holder and one of these big old bag things for the front. And I think I'm just gonna risk my life and not put this thing on there today. All right, we got the steering damper on there. So we should be safer at high speeds. So they say. Oh yeah, that gets real firm, bro. All right, dudes, let's look at the Yume Hawk electric scooter. I was actually intending on riding one of these flaming piece of poop bikes right here, but I just could not bring myself to do it. We gotta get out on something fun today, bro. I'm gonna show you more about these lights here in a minute. And of course, we're gonna check our official range on the battery on this thing. It's got the NFC unlock, which I'm sure you already know. I was gonna show you this other throttle option. So if you don't like the throttle that's on this, they have a couple of different options in the link below the video. All right, we're gonna go try this thing on the 20% grade. First impressions on this scooter. It's got real tall, wide handlebars. This thing feels pretty comfy chilling on. And on the lowest power setting, feels real approachable. We're on single motor right now, super super easy to ride. Suspension feels good. And I did put that steering damper on there. So when we test the high speed here in a few, we should feel a little more stable. So real quick, I did want to show you the RGB effect on this. So you can like change the colors, like you just press your whatever color you want, you can do, which is kind of cool. A lot of lights on this scooter, so you'll be real visible. You can press the auto button, brings you through these cool kind of modes. So let's see what kind of hill climbing this scooter has. So it's obviously a selectable all-wheel drive. You press the F button down here to put the front motor on. We're on mode number 3. I weigh 200 pounds. Let's just give it a rip on power level 3. And yeah, man, ribs pretty good off the line. And we'll talk about the power modes here in a few when we get to the beach, which the power on this one is gonna be a little bit less compared to the Raptor that I reviewed on this channel about a year ago. That was an awesome 50-mile-an-hour electric scooter that costs a little bit more than the Hawk. You can check that out in the link below this video too. If you're cross shopping, you know, for like the fastest thing out there for the money, the Raptor is pretty darn good. We'll see what the Hawk is made of today though. So as mentioned, this one has the on-off switch for the front motor, which I really like, so you can disengage that front motor going around a turn, make sure you don't lose the front wheel spinning out on you, because these high power scooters can get a bit sketchy if they put down too much power to the front wheel. I'm not sure if this one's like that or not yet, but we're about to find out. So let's put that front motor on and give this thing a 0 to 20 rip, as well as top speed. Ready to go. Oh yeah, a little bit of wheel spin there, off the line, and 20. And we might hit a red light here, but gets up to 38, 39, 40 pretty quick. Oh, now it's feeling a little sketchy there, man. I'm glad I got that steering damper on there. You can pretty easily adjust the steering damper stiffness with this guy right there. I'm glad I had that thing on there, man. So that makes the wheel like pretty hard to turn and should give it a little more stability. Here we are in traffic and there is a McLaren. Hopefully this stuff doesn't fall on this guy's truck, because I don't think his little wheels will be able to run it over. See how it handles a speed bump. Oh, not that bad actually. It's better than an e-bike in the sense that you're standing on your legs, so you don't feel any shock come up through the seat. You feel it in your legs though. I'm noticing the deck on this one is not like huge, which makes it a little more transportable. You know, if you want to fold it up, pick it up, put it in your car or something. I think they make the Hawk Pro with a bigger deck, if that's what you're looking for. All right, we're getting around the traffic. All right, we're good, bro. So it goes. Oh my goodness, this guy's pulling out in front of us too. And it's like low 40s, kind of topping off. I'm good, bro. I think I saw 41 or 42 on the GPS there, and that's what they claim it can do. I mean, wattage checks out is 60 volts. I mean, honestly, you really shouldn't be using these things for high speed runs. Use them for the zip off the line, the thrill factor. I don't see any need to be going 45, 50 miles an hour on one of these things, to tell you the truth, man. These are just so dangerous going that fast, especially not geared up properly for it either. But it is nice that's got that steering damper on there. All right, so we can see that it goes fast as heck. Let's see what else it can do besides just go fast as heck. If you're looking for a scooter to do off-roading, this is probably not your #1 bet. Wrong tires, plenty of power, you know, small wheels off-road just don't do fantastic. This one's a bit rough, traction struggling. I'm getting off of here. So we can turn the front motor off. We can have 3 modes on each one. So in addition to the hydraulic brakes, there's also regen brakes. So if you pull that lever in just a little bit, you get regen, put a little juice back in the battery, save on those brake pads. Hydraulic brakes feel good. We'll slam on them here in a few. I've just been riding on dual motor power level 3. See what happens if we put it on dual motor power level 1. Oh my goodness. All right. I was expecting it to have a reduction in power. That felt like it gave me a lot of juice. Yes, it does. All right. So on power level 1, it's probably going to have a cutoff speed. Let's see what that is. Yeah, about 20, right around 20. And we do have front motor on. So keep in mind, be careful, especially if there's sand going around a turn with the front motor on. Now mode 2, I'm guessing we're not even going to be able to see actually how fast that can get up to. So yeah, we got it on mode 2 dual motor. I'm guessing it cuts you off somewhere in like the 30s. Yeah, way too fast for out here. Let's switch it over to single motor. Let's try out all the modes here. Single motor, mode number 1. Okay, yeah, so that makes it pretty darn gentle. We're running just 1 motor, but also cuts us off probably same cutoff speed right around 20, just gets us up there a lot more chill. 21, and you want to maximize the range, this is where you want to be, man. Maybe dual motor, but pedal assist, power level 1. Anyway, we got some sand. We're going to chill it out. And of course, you can bump it onto mode number 2, single motor. It's chill, bro. I am curious exactly how fast what that speed would be, but I just don't think we're going to be hitting it out here, though. Not by the police station. And that regen brake is real aggressive, man, when you pull it in just a little bit. Oh, yeah. What do you guys think of these Lamborghini Uruses? That thing is like way modded with a carbon hood. I don't know, man. I feel like it's just too big of a car. How's that thing gonna have any handles? What's that thing even weigh? All right, we got it on mode 2. Let's see what speed that brings us to. Oh my God, this thing accelerates so quickly. All right, here we go. Mode 2 feels like about, 30. I don't know if this thing has cruise control. I guess one thing I am noticing about this scooter is it is completely silent, basically. The tires are very, very quiet since they're not like knobby. They ride real smooth and real quiet. Obviously, the direct drive motors make no noise. So just kind of moving like a ninja out here. Mr. Champion. What's up, champ?
#1 champion.
Right on, bro. So another thing that I really like about this scooter that some of the scooters I've reviewed recently did not have is the rubber deck on it. So it just gives you like one more layer of anti-fatigue between you and the board. And obviously you have the suspension for the main portion of the anti-fatigue. But that little rubber deck, it does make a difference and also helps your foot stick to the board a little bit better than if there's not the rubber deck. So the display brightness, it's not like the brightest display I've ever seen, but not the dimmest display either. I can see it with my polarized shades on just fine, but there are brighter displays I've seen. No complaints, just it's kind of mid. So we know this thing has a ton of torque and ton of power. Let's see how it does going up this spiral section here with dual motor on. This is where sometimes these dual motor scooters will kind of struggle if they put down too much power to the front wheel. So you can kind of feel under full acceleration, it'll kind of start to spin out on you. This one's not like, crazy spin outy really. Yeah, full throttle. It'll kind of dance with you a little bit. Then we'll give it a try. Oh, you're all good. We saw that coming from a mile away. We got the hydraulic brakes. So let's give it a rip up the California incline. Little wheel spin off the line and hooking up pretty solid here. See how strong these motors pull us. So pretty darn good power on this thing. Hitting 30 on the incline. Still accelerating right at about 34 miles an hour we're gonna hit here on the incline. So that'll do it. These short wheels running 60 volts, dual motor, big power, man. This thing just accelerates so hard, man. As I like to say, it's got the juice. Not quite as fast as the Raptor, but honestly, I think it's fast enough, bro. If you got a few $100 more in your pocket for a scooter, maybe grab the Raptor. But this Hawk is really all you need, man. So as far as braking goes, as mentioned, we have the regen brake. Just pull in either lever just a little bit. It'll activate the regen brake, which is actually pretty strong on the regen. Like this is all just regen slowing me down on a decline. So it'll save you on brake pads. So let me show you what the brakes look like stopping from a high rate of speed. We have back brake on the left, front brake on the right, and we'll kind of just give them a pull. Overshot my line here just a little bit, but so be it. Locked up the rear one with ease. You got to be careful not to pull that front one too hard. You do not want to lock up your front tire on anything, let alone a scooter that does not have ABS. From a slower speed here, I'm going to give a harder pull on the right brake. See what happens here. And yep, you can lock up that front tire so easy, bro. These brakes are just excellent. That's all you need. And the regen brake. All right, dudes, we're gonna head on home. See where, oh my goodness, see we're getting up on range. Share my final thoughts along the way. So list price on this one is $1 shy of $1,800, but I don't think you're ever gonna have to pay that price. It's basically always on sale, I think. Right now, the current price linked below the video in the description box, which if you use that link down there, you can get a little extra discount and also help support my reviews on Juice Joyrides. And I'd greatly appreciate your support if you do decide to buy this scooter, if you bought through that link down there. But current price right now, sale price is $12.39 in the link below, and as mentioned, I should have an extra coupon code for you. So at that price, I feel like this scooter is actually a pretty decent value considering it gets up in the low 40s pretty easily. Summary on this scooter, this thing is pretty juicy. It's a little bit untamed, man. It's a little bit nervous. Like when you have it on dual motor, on the highest power setting, it's pretty juicy, man. And then, also the regen brake kicks in kind of strong. So I mean, this thing's whipping you around. It's it's a bit of a juice joyride for sure. Feels good with that steering damper on there. Like I mentioned, you know, I like the rubber deck on it. Handlebars are tall and wide, fits me very comfortably. Brakes are great. Really, I mean, you know, at this price, I don't think this is a bad buy at all. I would maybe consider looking at the Raptor too to see what the price discrepancy is. You can check that on the link below. I remember the Raptor went up to 50 miles an hour if I remember correctly, so just even a little bit more juicy than this one, if you even need that. But yeah, tires on this one are great too, so it rides real quiet. Solid scooter, bro. No complaints. Let's see where we end up on range though. Oh, that was the other thing I was gonna say too, is like, it's not a light scooter, but it's not extremely heavy either, and that's the battery. What is going on here? The battery in these things is what really makes them extra heavy, and the battery in this one is kind of like, you know, middle of the road. It's not like an extreme range scooter, but because it's not an extreme range scooter, it's a little bit lighter with a smaller battery, right? So trade-offs, bro. Let's see where we end up. All right, dude, just wrapping up the ride. We're out there for about an hour, 20 minutes. Average speed 13.57, and we did just over 18 miles today. And let's see what the remaining battery is. So this one does not show us a voltage readout on the battery, and it's just giving us a basic 3 out of 5 bar reading there. So they say you could do up to 43 miles of range, which actually seems very plausible. Obviously, it's just going to depend on how you ride it. So overall, you know, I think this is actually a pretty good scooter. If you do want to grab one, use that link down below the video. Use my coupon code at checkout to save some money and also help support my reviews. However, if this is not the kind of electric scooter you're looking for, bro, you're definitely going to want to watch this little video right here on the screen popping up for you, because this is probably what you're looking for if this one is not. Check it out. Catch you over there.